What if the life you've been searching for, the purpose, the meaning, the treasure, was always right where you started? What if the entire point of the journey wasn't to arrive somewhere, but to become someone? That's the question at the heart of one of the most widely read novels in human history. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Published in 1988 in Portuguese, initially rejected and nearly forgotten, and then translated into 65 languages and read by over 150 million people worldwide. This is not just a story about a shepherd boy looking for gold. It's a story about every human being who has ever had a dream and been afraid to follow it. Let's begin. The story behind this book is almost as remarkable as the book itself. When Paulo Coelho first published The Alchemist in Brazil in 1988, his publisher printed just 900 copies, and then stopped. The book sold almost nothing. The publisher returned the rights to him. But Coelho believed in it. He went door to door, publisher to publisher, until someone else took a chance. The second time around, it found its audience. Then a third publisher. Then a translation. Then another. And another. Today, Paulo Coelho holds the Guinness World Record for the most translated living author. The Alchemist has sold 150 million copies and changed the lives of readers from Oprah to Barack Obama to millions of ordinary people who found in its pages something they didn't know they were looking for. Its lesson is simple. Its depth is inexhaustible. The book opens with a story within the story, a retelling of the myth of Narcissus. You probably know the classic version. Narcissus was so enchanted by his own reflection in a lake that he fell in and drowned. A flower grew in his place. But Coelho offers a different ending. When the goddesses of the forest come to mourn Narcissus, they find the lake weeping. They say, "Of course you weep, you could see his beauty up close." And the lake responds, "I wasn't weeping for his beauty. I weep because when he looked into me, I could see my own beauty reflected in his eyes." It is a breathtaking beginning, and it tells us everything about what this book is really about. Every journey outward is also a journey inward. Every story we find moving is one in which we recognize ourselves. Our hero is Santiago, a young Andalusian shepherd from southern Spain. He had the chance to become a priest, but he chose the open road instead. He wanted to travel, to see the world, to understand what the world had to teach him. And so he became a shepherd, moving his flock across the plains of Andalusia, sleeping in ruined churches, reading books. He is content, but not fully at peace, because for the second time, he has had the same dream. A child appears among his sheep, takes his hands, and transports him to the Egyptian pyramids. And there, the child begins to show him the location of a buried treasure, and then he wakes up. He visits a gypsy woman to have the dream interpreted. She tells him to go to Egypt. He dismisses her. Then he sits in a plaza and meets a strange old man who seems to know everything about him without being told. The old man reveals that he is Melchizedek, the king of Salem. And he introduces Santiago to the most important idea in the entire book, the personal legend. A personal legend, he says, is what you have always wanted to accomplish. It is the clearest expression of God's blessing on your life. When you are young, you know it clearly. But as life accumulates, fear, obligation, comfort, the opinions of others, you forget. He tells Santiago, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Then he gives him 2 stones, Urim and Thummim, to help him read the omens when he is lost. And he sends Santiago to Africa. That same morning, Santiago sells his sheep and crosses the strait to Tangier. The journey has begun. And immediately, it falls apart. Within hours of arriving in Tangier, Santiago is befriended by a young man who offers to be his guide. He hands over all his money, and while he is distracted by a beautiful sword in a market stall, the young man disappears. Everything is gone. Santiago sits in the empty market as the sun sets. He thinks about how naive he was, how he saw the world as he wanted it to be, not as it was. He weeps. He feels completely alone, in a country where he doesn't speak the language, with no money, no sheep, no plan. And then he reaches into his pocket and finds the 2 stones Melchizedek gave him. He holds them, and something shifts. The blessing is still here. The journey is not over. It has just begun in a way he didn't expect. Santiago finds work at a struggling crystal shop on a hilltop. The owner is kind but defeated. He has been selling the same crystals in the same way for decades. Santiago suggests putting crystals in the window, then selling tea in crystal glasses to the tired climbers who reach the hilltop. One innovation at a time, the shop transforms. Business doubles, then triples. New employees are hired. The merchant becomes wealthy. But he confides something that haunts Santiago. His dream is to make the Muslim pilgrimage to Mecca. He has always meant to go. He has saved the money. But he will never go. Because he says, "It's the thought of Mecca that keeps me alive. I'm afraid that if I actually go, I'll have nothing left to live for." This is one of the most tragic lines in the book. A dream preserved but never pursued, until the dream itself becomes the prison. And then the merchant says something Santiago will never forget. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. After 11 months in the crystal shop, Santiago has earned enough to return to Spain, buy his sheep back, and rebuild his old life, doubled. He stands at a crossroads. The comfortable path beckons. He could go home, be safe, be successful. But the personal legend calls. He packs his bag, thanks the merchant, and continues toward Egypt. He joins a desert caravan crossing the Sahara. This decision is the pivot point of the entire story. Not the treasure. Not the alchemist. This moment, when Santiago chooses the unknown over the comfortable, not because it is easy, but because something deeper compels him, is when the real journey begins. In the caravan, Santiago meets an Englishman, an obsessive reader chasing a legendary 200-year-old alchemist who lives at an oasis deep in the desert. The Englishman reads constantly. Santiago observes constantly. And each tries to teach the other. But the desert itself is teaching Santiago something no book can convey. There is a language beneath all language. A communication between all living things, the way a camel senses danger, the way the wind carries news across dunes, the way a flock of birds moves like one mind. Paulo calls this the language of the world. And Santiago is learning to speak it, not through study, but through attention, through presence, through the willingness to listen without an agenda. Here the book goes deeper. The Englishman explains the spiritual foundation of alchemy, the soul of the world. Every person, every animal, every mineral, every thought, all connected by a single living energy. The alchemists sought the philosopher's stone and the elixir of life not merely to make gold or live forever, but to commune with this universal force, to become one with the soul of the world. And Paulo suggests, this is what happens when you truly pursue your personal legend. You align. You stop fighting the current and start moving with it. Miracles don't violate the laws of nature. They are the deepest expression of them. The universe does not conspire for you because you deserve it. It conspires for you because you are in harmony with it. The caravan stops at Al Fayum Oasis, a place of extraordinary beauty, 50,000 date palms, 300 wells, because tribal wars have blocked the route. And there, at the well, Santiago meets Fatima. He falls in love immediately and completely. He tells her he wants to marry her. He considers abandoning everything, the pyramids, the treasure, the legend, to stay with her. But Fatima refuses to let him. She says, "The desert takes our men, and they don't always return. I am a desert woman. I want my man to be as free as the wind that shapes the dunes." This is Coelho's teaching on love. True love does not cage you. It does not ask you to shrink. It supports your legend rather than competing with it. Fatima promises she will be waiting, and she trusts that what is meant to be cannot be lost. While walking in the desert outside the oasis, Santiago watches two hawks circling. One dives at the other. And in that flash of motion, Santiago receives a vision, an army on horseback, riding to attack Alfayim. He is terrified. Who will believe him? He has no authority here. But he remembers what the old king told him, always heed the omens. He goes to the tribal chieftains. He tells them what he saw. They take him seriously. The next morning, 500 armed tribesmen enter the oasis, and are surrounded and defeated by men who were already waiting. Afterward, the alchemist himself sends for Santiago. The vision proved something. This boy could read the soul of the world. God, Paulo says, reveals the future in only one circumstance, when the future was written to be changed. The alchemist is 200 years old, lives alone in the desert, and has no interest in anyone who comes to him for formulas or shortcuts. When the Englishman, who has read every book, mastered every theory, comes seeking his secrets, the alchemist tells him simply, "Go and try it yourself." But to Santiago, who has read almost nothing, he says, "Come, I'll take you to the pyramids." Why? Because Santiago has been learning the real lesson all along. Not from books, but from life. From loss and from starting again. From the crystal merchant's regret and the camel driver's calm. From Fatima's love and the desert's silence. The alchemist can only guide someone who is already becoming who they need to be. The alchemist's core teaching is this: your heart knows the way. Your mind creates obstacles. Your heart creates the path. He tells Santiago, your heart is where your treasure is. And you must find the treasure so that everything you discovered along the way will finally make sense. The heart speaks in two voices. One is fear, a signal that something matters, a warning to pay attention. The other is enthusiasm, a signal that you are moving in the right direction. Learning to tell them apart is the work of a lifetime. Most people silence the heart because listening to it is terrifying. It might ask them to leave something safe, to trust something invisible, to become someone new. But the alchemist says, silence the heart long enough, and it stops speaking. And then you become the crystal merchant, dreaming of Mecca and never going. Near the pyramids, Santiago and the alchemist are captured by a warring tribe. The alchemist tells the soldiers, "This man is a great sorcerer. Give him 3 days, and he will turn himself into the wind. If he fails, take our lives." Santiago is paralyzed. He has no idea how to do this. He has never done anything like it. The alchemist has bet both their lives on something Santiago doesn't know how to do. But over 3 days, Santiago does what he has been learning throughout the entire journey. He stops trying to force an outcome and starts listening. He speaks to the desert. The desert speaks to the wind. The wind speaks to the sun. The sun speaks to the hand that wrote all things. And Santiago surrenders completely. He becomes a sandstorm. He appears on the other side of the camp. The soldiers release them, awed. And Santiago understands. When you fully commit to your personal legend, the entire soul of the world moves with you. You are not alone. You never were. Santiago finally reaches the pyramids. He weeps. He begins to dig. And he is robbed. Again. A second time, in the same journey, stripped of everything, beaten. As he lies in the dirt, one of the thieves, trying to humiliate him, tells him about a dream he once had. A recurring dream about buried treasure, in Spain, beneath a sycamore tree, inside a ruined church, beside a sleeping shepherd. The thief laughs. "I'm not stupid enough to cross the world for a dream." Santiago stops. He recognizes every detail. That is his church. That is his tree. That is exactly where he had slept the night his own journey began. The treasure was there the entire time. The journey across the world, the years of loss and learning, the crystal merchant, Fatima, the alchemist, the sandstorm, none of it was a detour. It was the preparation. Without the journey, Santiago would never have been worthy of what was waiting for him at home. In his introduction, Paulo names the 4 obstacles that stand between people and their personal legends. They are worth sitting with. First, we are told from childhood that what we want is impossible. Layer by layer, that belief buries the dream. Second, we fear hurting those we love if we follow our own path. But those who truly love us want our happiness, not our surrender. Third, we fear the failures we will meet on the path. But those who fight for their dreams suffer more intensely and recover more completely. The secret of life, Paulo says, is to fall 7 times and rise 8. Fourth, and most dangerous, we fear actually achieving what we fought for. We feel unworthy. We self-sabotage at the final step. Paulo says, if you believe yourself worthy, you become an instrument of God. If you don't, you destroy the very thing you spent your life building. Throughout the book, a word appears again and again. Every time someone reaches a turning point, every time an act of courage or surrender is required, they say, MAKTUB. It is written, not as resignation, not as defeat, as trust. The crystal merchant says it when he finally allows himself to expand his shop. The camel driver says it when the desert becomes dangerous. Fatima says it when she releases Santiago to his journey. The alchemist says it when Santiago's path seems impossible. It means the path is already prepared. Your job is not to control the path. Your job is to walk it, to stop fighting what is, and start becoming who you are. Santiago returns to the ruined church in Andalusia. He digs beneath the sycamore tree where he once slept and dreamed. And there it is, a chest full of gold coins and jewels, enough for a lifetime. But of course, you already know this is not the real treasure. The real treasure is the person Santiago became on the road. A shepherd who learned to read the language of the world. A boy who was robbed twice and started again twice. A man who loved without possessing and surrendered without giving up. A soul who learned that the universe is not indifferent. It is alive, it speaks, and it speaks to those who are brave enough to listen. The treasure was always real, but you had to become real enough to receive it. Paulo Coelho wrote The Alchemist in 2 weeks. He said afterward that it felt like it was already written somewhere inside him. He just had to listen. That is, of course, the whole point. You have a personal legend. You have always known what it is, even if you have surrounded it in 100 layers of fear and practicality and the opinions of others. It is still there, still waiting. The universe is still conspiring. The omens are still being written on the walls of every ordinary day. All it asks of you is the courage to move. Fall 7 times. Rise 8. And remember, MAKTUB. If this summary moved something in you, please like and subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. The full book is short, stunning, and unlike anything else you will ever read. Go find your treasure. See you next time.